Hello and welcome back. This is my first investment check-in. So this is something that I haven't seen really any budgeters talk about, what they actually invest their retirement savings in. Most seem to just talk about the fact that they invest and how much they're investing. So I decided that I was going to do a little experiment and start checking in on what I'm actually investing in. So, this is page 8. I have 3 pages actually here. So page 8, 9, and 11 of the Fidelity free investment strategy that you can set up through their website. So the whole thing is 34 pages. It's really long. It's really in depth. And since I don't have a lot of money invested yet, I mean, I have a decent amount. I'm actually surprisingly okay with how much I have invested right now. But since it's not a lot of money, I decided that I'm just going to start with the absolute basics of what's happening. So let's get into it. This is page 8. I'm going to start with page 8 of this investment strategy. And, don't mind the whited out. That's my personal information. So this page right here is the target asset mix. It's basically like the kind of investments you own, like what categories they fall into. So domestic stock, foreign stock, bonds, short-term, unknown, and other. Those are the categories they have. What I have here on my side, this side is my current asset mix. So I have mostly domestic stock, and then a little foreign stock and a little bonds. So this is considered very aggressive. So there's a lot of fluctuation in value. It goes way up, way down. Generally not a great idea for someone approaching 40. So I am going to start lowering the amount of ups and downs, if at all possible. So what the right side is this is the target asset mix, and I'm going to reevaluate this probably every couple years, if not every year. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I am going to revisit this regularly because I want to gradually work my way towards being less risky. So, let's just compare these two, right? My current, right, for domestic stock, which is basically part ownership in companies that exist in the US, basically. So that's what domestic stock is. Currently, that is 87% of my investments. That's a lot. And then the target, and this is what I'm aiming for. This is aggressive growth. Mine is way, way, way aggressive currently, but this is what I'm aiming towards. This is what I'm going towards currently. So this is aggressive growth. So that would be 60% of domestic stock, which is 27% less than what I currently have, which means I need to start working towards the other categories. So then we have foreign stock, which is the light blue right here. So that is currently 7% of my investments. And this is part ownership in companies that are in other countries, basically. And then the target, the aggressive growth, the target for that is 25%. So I have way less foreign stock than I should if I want to have a more balanced, a more diverse investment portfolio. And then the next category is bonds. I currently have 6%. This is the green. Currently have 6% of bonds. And the goal here, if I want to go with aggressive growth, which is less aggressive than what I have now, is 15%. So I need to increase my foreign stock and bonds if I want to achieve this kind of balanced portfolio. It technically, what I could do is just sell everything that I have, and then buy things in these categories so that it evens out. The problem with that is that there are tax issues. So I'm not going to get into that. I'm not a financial professional. This is not financial advice. What I am going to do though is, instead of just selling everything now, since I just switched over to Fidelity, I don't know what exactly the timing looks like for those for selling those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a year. I'm going to wait a whole year from now to sell everything. But in the meantime, I'm going to buy more of these smaller slices so that I work them from here, from being this small to closer to here. And then once the year is up, then I will sell what I have and make it align completely, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's, I know this is like going way deep into investments, and normally budget channels don't do this, but we're out of debt. And my focus is on my future right now. So, for those of you who are interested in this kind of thing, maybe it would help you if you liked Fidelity. I personally like them, which is why I just switched all of my accounts over to Fidelity, except for my current retirement account with my current employer, because I still work there. So everything else now is with Fidelity, so I can do this and have a good view of all my accounts in this kind of plan. So we're just going to go to the next page. So this page is historical range of annual returns for target asset mixes from 1926 to 2017, which is, kind of a mouthful. And this is like a lot of information. So the way I look at it is, first of all, my goal here currently is aggressive growth, which is highlighted in yellow right here. So I'm currently closer to most aggressive, but we're working our way towards less risky. So the general idea for diversification, like the simple layman's view, at least what I understand, is the closer you get to retirement, the less aggressive your investments should become, so that you don't have wild ups and downs. So you don't like lose your entire retirement the year before you retire, so you don't die on the Walmart floor. Come on now. So currently I am most aggressive, which is like generally like how your investment should be when you're like 19 or something ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I was messing around with different things just to see what I liked and trying to learn. But now it's, I'm pushing 40, time to get more serious. So we're going to get less aggressive over time. So that's generally the way I look at it, is the older you get, the closer to the left, the closer to conservative you should be, quote unquote, not financial advice. I'm not a professional. Clearly, I'm broke. So what was important to me was actually what's down here. So the green is the 1 year returns, the highest 1 year returns, and the red is the lowest 1 year returns. And then the blue is the highest 15-year returns, and the orange, which you can't see on like any of these, is the lowest 15-year returns. So basically what all of this is saying is you're probably not going to lose money in any of these options over the course of 15 years. But you could lose Like with most aggressive, you could lose like 67% in a year, which is real risky. Or you could gain 162% in a year. Like that's real wild. Like that's great, but that's not the red part. The red part. I don't want so much red. So I'm gonna work my way towards less red so that I don't like lose 67% of my retirement in 1 year, like the year before I retire, because that's not where I want to be. That's not how I want to live. So, um, yeah, that's basically where we're at. So, what I'm aiming for right now, at least for this next year, we will reassess later. But the aggressive growth, the highest 1 year return is 136%. The lowest is negative 60.78%. So that's a big range, y'all. That's a big range. So we're gonna work towards being that conservative. And then like over the years we're gonna work our way that way. But this, if I do this, then the average annual return is 9.45%, which is, better than just putting the money in the bank. So I'm pretty happy about it. But I am, as I said, I am gonna work my way this way so that I don't lose all my retirement money when I'm like 62. Because that would be so depressing. Oh my goodness, to do all this work and then like lose half of it. Absolutely not. Um, so yeah, that's that. And then for the hypothetical portfolio. This is, again, I whited out and blacked out, like I blacked out underneath and then whited out on top of it so that it wasn't so like ridiculous with the black marker. But I don't want to show you like my actual account numbers because we're not doing that. But this hypothetical portfolio is basically Fidelity saying if you want to go the simplest route for having these percentages of allocation, um, then this is what you could buy and what percentage it would be. So, for these two accounts, I could, in theory, just sell everything and buy these percentages of these three, and then like I would be in my happy place at least until it was time to add more money, and then we can reassess. But yeah, I really like this I really like this investment strategy thing. It gave me a lot to think about, and I really want to start like being intentional instead of just like picking whatever index fund looks good at the time, which is basically what I was doing. Um, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to do this on purpose. We're going to retire like without just relying on Social Security, on purpose. We're doing that. This is adulthood time, y'all. So that's just like the quick rundown of the super, super basic version of the investment strategy that Fidelity offers. Of course, whatever you put in when you sign up for when you do the free investment strategy thing, like whatever information you put in, like this will turn out different for you. I actually did this a couple of times. I did the strategy a couple times. I tried out like different allocations, and I was trying to see like what I would like better. So I don't know. It's a really cool tool. I like it a lot. I like Fidelity a lot. I think they make things like you have the option of learning things like really in depth, but if you don't want to go that far into it, you can do the simple version too. So I really like that. I like the low barrier to entry. I like the low fees they have. Basically, it's like almost free. Basically, I don't know. It's really low fees, really low, really low cost. I like them a lot. But now that we have checked in on that, that is all I have for you today. I hope you learned something. I hope you at least consider checking out something like the Fidelity investment strategy, which is a free thing that you can do. And I'm sure like the other major brokerages have options as well. I just, from the different accounts that I've had, like Fidelity was one of my previous jobs 401ks. Um, and I liked it so much that I decided to stay with them. But I like Schwab as well. I just don't like Charles Schwab as much as Fidelity. And I don't think I've ever tried Vanguard. I'm pretty sure I haven't. But like most of the big ones I feel are relatively similar. I just think Fidelity is more user friendly for me. Of course, your mileage may vary, but this is just a little view on what you could possibly do. Especially if you don't really know where to start, this is real helpful. And when you do this, I meant to say this, when you do the free investment strategy, what you can do is you can actually include accounts for them to look at that aren't Fidelity. Like that's okay. When I first looked at this, I used my Fidelity and my Schwab accounts for it to look at both. Um, so that's a possibility too. It just makes things more complicated when you're trying to buy the investments. So, because different brokerages offer different investments. So, you just gotta keep your wits about you, do your best. I think I'm gonna do this, maybe check in with how my allocation is going, maybe every 2 weeks on the Wednesdays of my non-paycheck weeks. The Wednesday after next, I'll check in again to see like if I've made any progress towards the goals, like towards the target asset mix. Because I really do want to get here as quickly as possible so that I kind of reduce the risk. Like reduce the red, y'all. I don't like this. I don't like all this red. I want to reduce that. So, keep posted and let me know what you think. Let me know if this is something you'd be interested in following. If if you don't like it, that's okay. I might just I might not post it. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to check in with myself on purpose at least every 2 weeks. So let me know what you think. And don't forget the first Friday of December. I keep forgetting to check which date that actually is. But the first Friday of actual December, I'm going to pick the winner of my 500 subscriber giveaway. So that is going to be a $25 gift card to either Etsy or Amazon. You let me know which when you're the winner. All you gotta do is comment hashtag gimme. That's hashtag GIMME. 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 Hashtag gimme on any of my videos this month, and I will pick a winner the first Friday of December. And then I'll let you know all the instructions for how that works. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. I love you. Appreciate you. You deserve financial stability. And that includes being able to retire and not losing more than half of your retirement when you're 61. Yeah, don't forget that. Have a great day on purpose. Bye.